sitting next to a swimming pool. Somebody dives in, and she's not too pretty, so I can think of something else. I think of the waves and things that have formed in the water. And when there's lots of people have dived in the pool, there's a very great choppiness of all these waves all over the water. And to think that it's possible, maybe, that in those waves is a clue as to what's happening in the pool. That some sort of insect or something with sufficient cleverness could sit in the corner of the pool and just be disturbed by the waves. And by the nature of the irregularities and bumping of the waves, have figured out who jumped in, where and when, and what's happening all over the pool. And that's what we're doing when we're looking at something. The light that comes out is waves, just like in the swimming pool, except in 3 dimensions instead of the 2 dimensions of the pool, as they're going in all directions. And we have an 1/8 of an inch black hole into which these things go, which is particularly sensitive to the parts of the waves that are coming in a particular direction. It's not particularly sensitive when they're coming in at the wrong angle, which you say is from the corner of our eye. And if we want to get more information in the corner of our eye, we swivel this ball about so that the hole moves from place to place. Then it's quite wonderful that we can figure out so easy. That's easy because the light waves are easier than the waves in the water are a little bit more complicated, a little bit harder for the bug than for us, but it's the same idea. Figure out what the thing is that we're looking at a distance. And this is kind of incredible because when I'm looking at you, someone standing to my left can see somebody who's standing at my right. That is, the light could be going right across this way. The waves are going this way. The waves are going this way. The waves are going this way. It's just a complete network. Now, it's easy to think of them as arrows passing each other, but that's not the way it is, because all it is something shaking. It's called the electric field, but we don't have to bother with what it is. It's just like the water height is going up and down. So there's some quantities shaking about here. And in a combination of motions, it's so elaborate and complicated that that result is to produce an influence which makes me see you at the same time completely undisturbed by the fact that there are influences that represent the other guy seeing him on this side. So that there's this tremendous mess of waves all over in space, which is the light bouncing around the room and going from one thing to the other. Because, of course, most of the room doesn't have 1/8 inch black holes. It's not interested in that light, but the light's there anyway. I mean, it bounces off this and it bounces off that, and all this is going on, and yet we can sort it out with this instrument.